Good morning. How are you doing? I don't know if these stuff are working, but I hope so. Okay. So, it's my pleasure to be here for the second time, because I was here, I think it's last year, right? Yep. Yeah. So it's been a long time. So I was glad when I just got the message, the email that's asking if I can come back here. But because I like this place, I couldn't say no. Yes. Yeah. I normally do preaching at Oasis Church, but I like this place. I'm not saying I like this better than Oasis, but I like this place. Amen. So today's topic, my topic says the greatest gift, or you can say even amazing gift, however you just want to call it. Go back to where you came from. We have a culture, but here we are not doing this anymore because we don't have farms, we don't have cows, but we used to have big farms and cows there. So the most important sign that shows you like someone or you love someone most, you used to give him cow, you know? Like you can just, let's say example right now, if you're going to fall down, you can say, oh my God, or you can say Jesus. But back to our country, if someone gave you the cow, even when you're going to fall down, you just say his name instead of saying Jesus. You just say the name of the one who gives you the cow. That means you give him the value. He's the most important person in your life. That's the thing, we just respect the cows. If someone gives you the cow, you say, okay, this is my best friend. But I don't know why you give here. But here, we are not doing this anymore. But still, we are still thinking about, let me say, one of the most things I'm missing right now is just going in big farm and enjoy, just walking around and see the cows. So that means even if I'm here, but still, I still remember cows. And when I come here, I have my cousin. He lives in 21st. He went to church. It was his first time to go to church. But one of the best person, if I can say, he said, you know what? It's very hard for you to go to do your grocery shopping, to come to church, to go everywhere. So one stood up and gave him the car to use in their family, which is the best thing. But those kind of gifts, they are not the same gift as the one I'm talking about right now. The gift I'm saying right now, I'm talking about, is just super. This is the best than all those kind of gifts I try to talk about. Let's say those who have Bibles in front of you, I think everyone has the Bible. Let's go to Mark chapter 10, verse 46. Mark 10, verse 46. The title says, the blind Bartimaeus receives his sight. 46. Then they came to Jericho. As Jesus and his disciples, together with a large crowd, were leaving the city, a blind man, Bartimaeus, what is the son of Timaeus, was sitting by the roadside begging. When he heard that it was Jesus of the Nazareth, he began to shout, Jesus, Son of David, have mercy on me. Jesus, Son of David, have mercy on me. But 48. So you know Jesus was with his disciples, right? So they're working together. But the way the disciples just was taking Jesus was different from Jesus' mission, if I can say. The reason why is this, we are going to see this right now. So when this blind man tried to approach Jesus, the disciples were saying, no, you don't have to approach our boss. Let me say this one. Because they didn't know exactly what brought Jesus on the earth. So they start just stopping the blind man. They just trying to criticize him, say, it depending on how he was looking. They said, don't approach him. He's well like bodyguard. They tried to stop him for approaching Jesus. 48. Many rebuked him and told him to be quiet. But he shouted all the more, Son of David, have mercy on me. Jesus stopped and said, Call him. So they called the blind man. Cheer up on your feet. He's calling you. So those people who were just stopping him to approach Jesus, when Jesus asked them to stop the way they were doing, okay, so you stop by there, but call him. I really need him to be approaching me. They called him, but because Jesus said, they tried to see that just discuss themselves, saying they're good people, they're best people, because Jesus said that. They say, okay, it's like they say, stood up, stand up, Jesus needs you. And Jesus, throwing his cloak, okay, let me say this one, his cloak aside. So this is a kind of dirty cloth. That's why those disciples were saying, we don't want you to approach Jesus. You see, he's a blind man. He was sitting all the time across the road. He was not walking. Let's say he was even not taking shower. He didn't have someone to take care of him. But once he heard that Jesus is going to come to the city, he said, I know Jesus, even though I didn't see him before. I've never seen him, but I know his actions from different city. So he said, once Jesus will be here, I know I'll be healed. So he was waiting with faith. When Jesus arrived in the city, depending on how we rode above, the guy was trying his best. He was fighting to see how he can approach Jesus. Those people tried to stop him. But Jesus' mission was just to save people. So when he called him, he was wearing the dirty clothes. But Jesus said, this clothes just have significance. That means the sins. You know, those dirty clothes, it just means our sin. But those people trying to say, let's say even nowadays, you can say, okay, I have a lot of sin. I did many bad things, so I can't approach Jesus. But Jesus' mission is just everyone who just want to approach him. He is ready to welcome you. This guy was trying to be taken away from Jesus, but Jesus was thinking a different way from disciples, the way disciples were thinking. So once this guy approached Jesus, he threw away his cloak aside. That means even himself, once he was given chance to approach Jesus, he just threw away. Because he wanted just to approach Jesus clean. Because he knew he was going to get something very important from Jesus. He wanted to get just to see like other people. He was tired for his blindness. But he said, okay, I'm going to approach Jesus. But I'm just focusing on Jesus' mission. I hope everyone here, we know what brought Jesus here. Jesus was coming to give us the very amazing gift, uncomparable gift. Let me give you an example. If someone is in hospital, he is about to die, and he's missing, he has a lack of blood. But if someone gives him blood, that's going to save his life. So that's the value of the blood. Jesus came here to save us. When he died on the cross, he just gave his blood to save us from the sin. Because the only Jesus' blood was clean. Then he gave himself to save us. That's the best gift. Because we've been saved from the sin. And now we are saved. That's why when we were studying the morning, we said that we have Sabbath just to have joy, to have a rest, to remember Jesus or God's creation. All of those, we are enjoying all of those because of Jesus' blood. That's why we are here, we are saved. But before Jesus' blood, we were in bad situation. We couldn't even enjoy the life the way we are enjoying the life today. But Jesus said, because he loved people, they created, they say, I don't want my people to lose forever. I'm going to save them. And the best gift he brought to save us was his blood. Let's see John chapter, this is the very known verse. It's in John chapter 3:16. Says, for God so loved the world that he gave his one and only Son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish but have eternal life. For God did not send his Son into the world to condemn the world, but to save the world through him. 18. Whoever believes in him is not condemned, but whoever does not believe stands condemned already, because he has not believed in the name of God's one and only Son. That's why God loves us. And it's only today. It's not only today. Since he loved us, he sent his own one and only Son to save us. But we couldn't even be saved in other kind of way, only through his Son. Having his Son on the cross and just give his blood, that was the only way we've been saved. Without Jesus' blood, as I said, we couldn't just sitting here hoping and have faith. Because if we didn't have Jesus' blood right now, we couldn't even have faith. So where our faith could come from? Nowhere. But because we had Jesus, a very amazing gift, that's why we are enjoying our life. Yeah, I'm going to give you one story, and it's true story. In one country just from Africa, the country is called Kenya, there were two people. I see everyone here, the average of people here, over 18. There was a girl and a boy. But the boy tried to date the girl because they want to get married. But the girl said no. The reason why she said no, it's because she had already the fiancé. I'm not going to say boyfriend. She had already the fiancé. But the other boy tried to just push. She was trying to get the girl from the other guy. But he tried to push. He tried his best. He tried to give many things to have the girl. But the girl said no. I'm not going to do this because I've already signed the contract. Let me say the word contract. I've already signed with the other one. So I'm not going to change my mind. I'm standing on the promise I gave to the other one. But the other guy who was trying his best to have the girl was very bad. So he said, okay, if you refuse me, you're not going to enjoy your life. I will try my best. I will try my best just to have you separate from your fiancé. So the girl said, okay, as I know you, I've already known you, so you're not going to do anything because I know your plan. But the other guy was very smart, even though he was very bad. So he just waited till the couple get married. So the husband he tried his best to make a shop just to struggle with the life. So once he made his shop, he was getting client. So they tried to just ameliorate their life. They tried to have their life better. But the other guy was just trying to see how he's going to make the couple just sad. And then he was very rich. The other guy was very rich. He said, I'm going to lose my all richness, but you're not going to live better. So what he did, he tried just to give money to different people, different customers. Say, okay, I don't want you to go to buy from the other guy. So he tried to take away all customers. But the mission was trying to see how he's going to reach the husband. So he went to the husband because he was broke. No one was buying his merchandise. And then all merchandise that were expired. And then the government said, you are not allowed to sell expired stuff. So he closed the shop. And then the rich guy came to him because, the husband didn't know the other guy. The only wife knew him. So he went there, and then he asked the guy, you know what? You see, now your life is bad, and your family is going to be down. So I'm going to help you. But the other guy, to be honest, he didn't know what the plan for the other guy. So he said, okay, I'll be very happy to get help from you. And then that guy, okay, I'm going to give you 5 million. And then you are going to just have a big shop. And I will try, I will help you to have many customers. Because I'm rich, I know many people, I'm very known. So as I am superstar, I will try my best to direct people to your shop, to your business, and then you'll be rich. So the husband accepted because he didn't know exactly what the boy wanted. So, but the other guy said, okay, I'm going to give you the money. He was even having the money in his hands. But we are going to sign the contract. So, I don't need anything from you. but the only need I will need only 2 pounds of your meat. Once you lose my money, you'll be giving me only 2 pounds of your meat. Are you understanding me? 2 pounds of his meat. Just to have pound from his body. But the other guy say, are you sure? But the rich man say, yes. But because they were in a bad situation, he was maybe saying, this guy is kidding, he's not going to do this. He signed the contract because he showed himself as the best friend. But he signed. So, when he gave him the 5 million, he did the same thing. Then the family fought in loss. So the couple was not able to pay the 5 million. But when the husband started the business, the wife asked him, where did you get this money from? So the husband said, I met with my best friend because he saw our bad situation, so he lent me the money. So the wife didn't say anything to her husband because he knew already the boy. And he remembered the word he told her. You remember he told her that even if you are going to get married, but you will not be happy. You will never be happy since I'm still alive. And then the wife started living in sadness because she was thinking this is going to be the trick for the other guy to revenge himself. So he did the same thing. He tried to take all customers away, so the family couldn't sell their merchandise. So they fell in the same situation. So the guy comes and says, okay, now it's time to pay back my money. But the husband say, he tried to explain to the boss, to the rich man, you see how bad we are living. You see the situation in which we are living. So right now, I'm not able to pay your money back. So the rich man just went to the court. He presented the paperwork because the guy was already signed. So the judge asked the rich man, so are you sure you need 2 pounds of his meat? The guy said, yes. Why did you choose to sign such kind of contract like this? But the rich man said, okay, that's how it is. And he signed already. The judge said, okay, go back home. Go think about this one. He gave them the appointment. But once they arrived home, for the first time, you see the couple, they couldn't even sleep. They were asking themselves how this guy can do this. So for the 3rd day, the wife just sat together with her husband and said, you know what? Then she explained to her husband what happened before they get married. That's why the guy is trying to do the action. So they went back to the judge, and the judge said, he asked the same question to the rich man. Are you sure you still standing on your position? The guy said, yes. So do you want us to do like fundraising or any other way you can find your money? But the guy said, no, that's the only thing I need. They asked him, what are you going to do with his meat? To be honest. So the judge was very wise. If you go back to the 1 King, chapter 3, the way you know the story of Solomon, when 2 wives bring the 1 kid, you remember? And then one was saying, this is my kid. The other one was, this is my kid. But because Solomon asked God the wiseness to be wise and to have like the way to resolve the conflict. And then he said, okay, I'm going to cut into 2 parts, this kid, and you're going to take one part and the other one going to take this part. But to be honest, the true mom, she couldn't accept that they cut the baby, right? So the mom said, no, I don't want you to cut my baby. Okay, let her go with the baby. Maybe I will have chance to see him instead of killing him. So that's the way. So that's the way Solomon known the real mom, you know. So the judge asked the same question. Okay, so if this is your position and you don't want to change your mind, I'm going to give you one condition too, as a judge. So I know this guy signed the contract, but we are asking ourselves, why do you need his meat? That means there is something behind. There's something hidden behind that we don't know. But really there's something. So the judge say, you know what? They brought the knife, they give to the boss, the rich man. Okay, so now we are going to give you the time. I don't know where you are going to cut. If it's hand or legs or I don't know. You really need his meat. Okay, this is the knife. So once the guy received the knife, he was being asked the same question. Are you really sure you need his meat? The guy said, yes. Why are you keeping asking this question? And I told you my position. So the borrower was just crying, saying, "Oh my gosh, I didn't pretend you to do this. I don't know if you're going to do this." Say, okay. So the judge asked the borrower, okay, I don't know if you're going to lay down or if you're going to close your eyes. I don't know how you're going to do, but this is his time to get the meat from you. So the rich guy was just happy. He was just looking to the wife and say, okay, I told you. So you refused me. I told you that you're not going to be happy in your life. So he was just turning his eyes to the wife. But the wife was crying. But at the final step, the judge told the guy, okay, you have the knife, you have him, but there is one condition. They wrote the contract. They say, okay, you need 2 pounds of his meat. There is no blood in here. It's meat. So take the knife and have your meat. But here's the condition. If we see any blood from this guy, you will get in trouble. You will be killed in his place. Try your best, have your meat, but we don't want to see his blood. Because you signed for the meat, you didn't sign for the blood. Okay. So the guy started claiming and say, how am I going to have the meat without seeing the blood? So the judge said, okay, that's how the contract said. We try to ask you many questions, and then you show that you are standing on your position, you don't want to change your mind, okay. And you want to stick on the contract, how the contract says. But the contract says you need his meat, but no blood. They gave him the paper. Do you see anywhere where you wrote the blood? No, the meat. Okay, have your meat. He was saying, okay, so I'm not gonna be able to have my meat without blood, and I really need his meat because that's how the contract say. Okay, the judge say, okay, we don't want to lose our time. We don't just want to waste our time here. We give you the time, and we give you just the opportunity. You are free to have your meat, but we don't want even to see the blood. So do you think the guy was able to get his meat? No. Because there is no way to have the meat without having what? The blood. So what do you think will happen? What do you think happened after that? Huh?
Forgot about it.
So that means at the end of the time, the guy ended up for not having the meat because he was being given the condition to not see even the blood. So the borrower was saved. He was not killed because of the blood. So that's how we were saved. So the blood is very, very important, especially Jesus' blood. The guy was saved because of what? The blood. So that's how we were saved by Jesus, by his blood. And because of Jesus' blood, we are enjoying our life. We are coming to church, and you have faith. He was died, and after his death, we have resurrection. And that's why we have faith in Jesus. And that's why we have hope in our life, because we have Jesus. Without Jesus, there is no hope.
Amen.
Without God, no hope. That means it's like living in the air. We don't know where we are coming from, and we're not going to be able to make even our future because we don't have hope. But because of Jesus and God, now we are standing in our feet. We can even sit. We can have a peace of mind, and we can be able even to plan our future because we have hope in Jesus. And we have hope in our life. At this time, I wish you to have Jesus as the most important person in our life. To have God as our main director of our life. That's the way, the only way we shall go far. But because without hope, we're not going to go anywhere. Let's have Jesus in our life. Let's accept God in our life as the base of our hope. Not only for today, but forever. In Jesus' name, amen.